Well, welcome back to the Mike Scully Show. It's been a while since I've been on the screen and you've gotten to see this big, ugly head. But thanks to my boy Kid for the intro. It's been a rough 13th, which February 13th. Been out with I'm in Georgia, trying to recover and battle the fucking C word. Prognosis is not good, but I'm going to live and fight every day that I can to beat it. I can't be down in Fort Myers with my guys to get in studio. So to Trick, to the Hammer, to the Hillbilly, I love you guys. But we're going to have to do it this way. I'm going to try to pop on every Friday and give an update on my feelings of what's going on in the sports world and share those thoughts. You play the hand that's dealt, and right now I'm fighting. I'm not sitting on pocket aces, which I was. But so let's give it a shout and let's go from there. Today is opening day in college baseball, one of my favorite sports, having had my oldest boy play at Oakland, and I got my youngest is a senior in high school trying to get to that college baseball world. Jackie, thinking about you. I know you're at practice right now. Peyton, he's in his first year of medical school at University of Arizona. Extremely proud of that kid. He's so freaking smart. But it's the beginning, how this is near and dear to the Scullys. It's beginning of the Josh Elander era in Knoxville at the University of Tennessee. Peyton and I were out there in 2018 for a prospect camp. Kid played his ass off, and we got to meet Tony Vitello. He was in his first year, had completed his first year at Tennessee, and really liked what he had said and what he wanted for his program, and got to meet a young assistant baseball coach by the name of Josh Elander. This kid was full of piss and vinegar. You can tell he had it. He had it from day one. He had the it factor, and I'd be really excited to see what he does now leading that program. Tony took them from the basement of the SEC to the premier team in the SEC. And go Big Orange. We have a young man that we know very well, played with Jack, named Blake Lundy. He's a 2027 kid in Tennessee who's committed there, and we're very proud of Blake. Blake's an incredible player and probably do some really cool things for the university. So, Josh, I wish you the best. Go Big Orange. An upset in Puerto Rico right out of the chute. In college baseball, the Houston Cougars traveled down to Puerto Rico and knocked off number 21 Wake Forest 8-2. We've got some special ties to Houston, and it's one that's on Jack's list. So we hope that pans out, and they Cougs have a great season. But we have to figure out college sports, and this will be my rant for the day. It is so fucked up. The NCAA is irrelevant. They have been probably since the 80s, but they just won't come out and just eliminate them. The college football schedule, created the Lane Kiffin madness just based on the schedule. He was in a no-win situation with either Ole Miss or LSU. He either turned one down or stayed. Whatever he did, he was going to be a bad guy in somebody's eyes. And that was all because of the schedule. And now they're trying to keep the schedule going all the way till the end of January for college football next year, and they haven't moved the transfer portal, and these guys are having to maneuver all this. And then college baseball is the same with the transfer portal and kids moving. I don't think a lot of people realize that most of these Power 4 schools are bringing in 45 to 50 kids in the fall and then cutting 15 of them before Christmas and sending them home. And these kids have to bounce back and try to figure out other schools to go to. One just happened to somebody who's very near and dear to our heart. It was a Cactus Shadows kid, Carter Brown. Awesome kid. Super smart kid. Was at Pepperdine. He's a bounce back now at Yavapai because he didn't fit the profile of them, I think, wanted to be a PO. Carter's a freaking masher of the baseball, and he's going to do great things at Yavapai. So his bounce back will be really interesting to see where he goes. I think he'll end up at a bigger Power 4 school, honestly, just a world-class kid. So any program that's going to get a Carter Brown is going to win. But we have to solve this. Perfect example, we'll go back to my own boys. there's a 7-year difference between Peyton, who's now, as I said, is in medical school at Arizona, and Jack, who's a senior at Cactus Shadows. But Peyton literally could be playing right now in college baseball eligibility-wise because of COVID and all that bullshit. So all of that's a logjam. And then the transfer portal in any of these sports needs to be eliminated or adjusted to you get one. You had a kid in the college football national championship, I think, has been at 6 different schools. 6. Let that set in. And we need to stop coddling these fuckers and letting them just move around because they can't play or coach was hard on them and he didn't play as much as he wanted. Fucking earn it. I mean, dear God, where's the loyalty? You don't think back in the day when I was at Illinois, shit, our offensive line, we wanted to beat the shit out of Billy Callahan. He was a motherfucker. Great coach, but a motherfucker. And we wanted to stick his ass in the frickin' toilet, and but we played for him. All 6 of us probably could have transferred if we wanted to, but where's the loyalty? We signed on to go to Illinois to make Illinois great. And we did a pretty good job of it. A Rose Bowl, a Liberty Bowl, Peach Bowl, all those fun things in our tenure there. But there's no loyalty anymore. And I don't think there's any loyalty on the school side either. So until we get back to that and those basics, I don't think if Coach Saban could be the commissioner, would be the perfect world for us. But I think he's having too much fun on TV. He's really good on TV. So I would vote a guy I watch and follow on social media by the name of Josh Pate. There's a lot of you that will know that name when I say it, but I think he should be the commissioner of college football. Make him the commissioner of college athletics, the czar of college athletics. Josh has got a very level head, understands the timing, the schedule that needs to be for all of these sports, and can help us get to the finish line in the right way. Like I said, you're looking at, college football ending, I think, January 27th next year. Dear God, and the Super Bowl is going to end on February 17th, I think. I mean, trust me, I'll take football as long as I can. I mean, this is the depressing time of the year. I'll get into the Underwear Olympics in a little while, coming up in a couple of weeks, but then we got a drought until August. Thank God we got the Masters. I mean, Waste Management was a lot of fun to watch last week. Always good time out there in the desert. And the Thunderbirds just doing an absolutely incredible job with that. But we need to get back. We need to solve this transfer portal and the calendar for college sports to give these kids a fighting chance. To touch on the Super Bowl, we'll go back to last week. It was always fun to do the Waste Management in the morning when I was living out in Scottsdale, and then get home to either watch the Super Bowl or even try to go to it. There's a couple of years where we had it out there, and we went to the Pro Bowl one year, which was a great time, back when they actually played the game. But the Super Bowl was awful, absolutely awful. Devin Witherspoon should have been the MVP. He was a menace on that, and a fellow Illini. Kenneth Walker, I'm okay with because he had a great game as well, but Witherspoon was the one. I think Drake will wake up and he'll see ghosts of 21. Sam Darnold, I'm very happy for him. I think he's won 31 games in 2 years now. So going back from seeing the ghost with the Jets to being a more than an efficient quarterback and can win, very happy for him. But I didn't think I'd be saying that the Seattle Seahawks would be the Super Bowl champions at the beginning of the year. I'm a huge Braves fan, but they got some breaks down the stretch, and not to beat on the Patriots, but where the fuck's Dave Portnoy? You talk about a guy who's gone back to the Keys and is in fucking hiding. I'm a huge Portnoy fan. I love his one bite pizza. One bite, everybody knows the rules. I love Miss Peaches and Pete and all the things Dave does. I'm a huge Barstool Sports fan. But boy, oh boy, that was not what he was expecting. And I think now are they 7-6 in Super Bowls over the time, or 6-6? It's one of them. So we'll see when he resurfaces. He'll probably resurface somewhere around the scouting combine, which is in 2 weeks. The NFL as Underwear Olympics. I was fortunate to participate 38 years ago in Indianapolis and do a little San Elmo's for dinner. and the whole deal. But who comes out of that as the leader in the clubhouse? You know, you look at right now the Tua, what's happening with Tua in Miami. John Eric Sullivan, the GM. I'm sorry. Tua's on the clock. Is he looking for real estate out in Las Vegas or Seattle as a backup to Sam? But he's going to be backing up somebody because I think Miami's got to make a move there. What are they going to do? John Harbaugh going to the Giants, huge for the Giants with Jackson Dart and that defense. And if we can get Scatabo back and being healthy, I think Harbaugh, I'm a huge John Harbaugh fan. He's going to make him physical and tough, and they'll be a tough out in the NFC East. So we'll see. I'm excited about that. What's going on in Pittsburgh? Hiring of Mike McCarthy and the retirement of Mike Tomlin. I'm a huge Mike T fan. Is Aaron Rodgers going to come back and go one more run with that team with McCarthy? They did some great things in Green Bay, but Aaron's going to be 42. The guy that was 41 this year. They did with what he had to deal with there as far as receivers, and that offensive line was a little suspect at times. We'll see how that shakes out. So there's a lot of moving parts that are going to happen over the next 8 to 12 weeks. We'll have to stay tuned for old Shefty to come on. I know Pat McAfee. I'm a huge Pat fan as well. I know their boys are on holiday now. I think Pat's somewhere with the wife and baby, a baby girl. No, she's not baby girl anymore. She's a little girl. Getting away. It's been a long season. I don't have to listen to Dan Orlovsky and Ryan Clark anymore. Dear God, thank God. Can we shut them the fuck up? So in honor of my boys not being with me today, the Hammer, Trickster, and the Hillbilly, I've got in the Hammer Chronicles to talk about Xavier Worthy and his ex-girlfriend burning $150,000 in cash right in front of him. Boy, oh boy, could that have bought some tomahawk steaks for us. How many tomahawk steaks can you grab for $150K? That would be driving my boy Elliot, the Hammer, absolutely nuts. What sands my paper would probably be Patrick would be going somewhere at the Buffalo Bills for having hired 20 assistant coaches. What happened to the day of a head coach, 2 coordinators, a couple of an offense and defensive line coach, a D-backs coach? You've got 20. You got an analytics guy telling them when they can go for it on 4th down. Go play football. Buffalo, you got you have a window with an absolute beast in Josh. Josh played the worst game that he's ever played against Denver, and they still had a chance to win. And I think that was a catch and not an interception. But I digress. And then the greatest thing for the Hillbilly News is I'm trying to beat the fucking cancer word up here in Georgia. This only happens in Georgia. We had a guy get pulled over the other night doing 4 miles per hour, drunkard and shit on his John Deere, and got a DUI on a lawnmower. That would be driving the Hillbilly absolutely batshit crazy. And you talk about you need to follow Betts Virginia on X. That's my man. That's the Hillbilly. And he has had an incredible last 60 to 70 days betting. I think he's somewhere at 78, 40, and 2. If you do the math on that with Juice, he has got a pretty good clip. Patrick's had a great run. So it's I miss my boys, and I wish I could be in with Gentry and the guys down in the beautiful Gentry Thomas Studios there in Fort Myers. But you're going to be stuck looking at me here on StreamYard and doing this. So I'll be back next Friday, God willing, that I'm physically able to get here and do this. But I want to thank you for watching the Mike Scully Show. It's a brief one. We're only doing 15 minutes today. And we'll be back in studio, or the home studio here next week to share some more thoughts on the world of sports. God bless you. I'll let my boy Kid take us out. Thank you. Till you can't. Till you can't. If you got a chance, take it. Take it while you got a chance. If you got a dream.
'cause a dream won't change.